You know, when you're running a business, you not only need to think about ways to make money, but ways to save money so that you can then invest it in your business. So we're going to talk about how to have healthy meals for $1 or less when you're working from home. This is Monique, the work from home mogul, and I make videos about working from home, entrepreneurship, Poshmark, reseller tips, and whatever you want to hear about, whatever's going on and whatever I'm doing at home. And so we're going to talk about food and keeping your grocery bills down. And today's guest is back, Susie Z. Eat well for less. If you want to know about that, stick around. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to break down breakfast, lunch, and dinner, some easy meals, kind of breaking down the cost and how you can get them lower. But I'm also then going to break down the grocery bill itself, because yes, you can have tons of these low cost items, and when you're only using a fraction of them, it'll come out to less than $1. But what if the problem is more of going and spending the money? You want to know how to keep your grocery bill down as well. I did a whole video about what to eat while working from home and some really easy tips so that you don't have to think about what to eat every day. However, if you don't eat the meals that I eat, it probably is not going to make much sense to you. But I'm going to go through them. These are the building blocks. You can take them. You do your own research if you need to substitute some things that you don't want to eat or allergic to, or if you need something else to actually function. You know, as a high-performing CEO of a company, you need to fuel your body. So you need to know how much calories to eat. You need to know if certain foods not really helping you. You can eat really healthy for a low cost, which will make you feel better and actually make you do better work. If you're buying a 1-pound bag of something, you should be able to get at least 10 uses out of it. Also, anything that you make, it might last a week. 10 days would be pushing it. Anything over that is not gonna help you. Also, you don't want to eat the same thing every day because it does lead to binge eating. So it's good to have 2 or 3 alternates. So let's look at breakfast. Oatmeal. If I could eat oatmeal every day without going insane, I would absolutely do it. A pound of that costs less than $2. You've got other things that you might want to add to it. Fruit, nuts, raisins, flax seeds, flavor. Some of these things will last you forever. Some of these things will last a long time if they're frozen, or if it's a bottle of agave sweetener, for example. We're not going to talk about the condiments right now because that's a whole nother section. But when you're just going through the basics, my box of granola is $3.49. My oatmeal is $2. My bag of frozen blueberries or strawberries is $2. I also put flaxseed in there. That'll last me way longer than 10 uses. Doing the math, you're keeping it way less than $1. I might switch it up with a bagel. In a normal world, 6 bagels will cost $3 to $5. So it's up to you to do your due diligence of when is it 2 for $5? When is it buy one, get one free? When does it make sense to buy these bagels? Early in 2021, I did a raw vegan challenge where my breakfasts were not cooked. So I could have done the overnight oats and then I would still be having my oatmeal. But a lot of times I used the chia seeds, I used flax seeds, yogurt, acai bases. I used a variety of nuts, which were very expensive. So in order for this apply to these healthy meals under $1, I would have to be very strategic about when to buy things fresh, where it's a 2 for $5, 2 for $4 sale. Where to get nuts. Trader Joe's seems to have some of the lowest prices I've seen. Know where the best deals are and be prepared to get them when you need them. lunch. When you're talking about soups or salads, this can easily be like a 50-cent meal. That can fill you up, be really delicious and nutritious, and get you through so you don't have to be snacking all the time. Now, where you might see a lot of expenses in your grocery bill is on the snacks. So that's why it's really important to have sustenance, to have roughage, to have enough food in your belly where you're not constantly looking for when is the next snack. And one thing I have trouble with is I'm just wanting to know where the sweets are after the meal, or if the juice is like the best part of the meal. I go with kale. A big bag of kale will go anywhere from $3.50 to $6. So depending on which store I'm at, I can get the best kale. If it's in a bag, it's probably more expensive than when it's in a bundle and I need to like cut it up myself. I need to make the salad desirable. So there's things that I need to add, whether it's some sunflower seeds, edamame, chickpeas, quinoa, so that I want to eat it. I can be very creative with the dressings, but I have to go over the oils and the spices and everything later. Celery, onions, carrots. These staples last for a really long time. They can spice up your salads, but also they're good bases for your soup. You can make your own vegetable broth instead of buying it by the box, because that makes absolutely no sense. And then also you just might want to eat it in your soup and add in potatoes, rice, noodles. One of the fastest ways that I make soup is whatever's left in my crock pot for dinner, adding some water and some flavorings. There's no way to really break down the math, but I know I'm really spending pennies on the dollar by just adding some water to whatever I didn't finish last night. When I think about dinner, I think about a hearty, hot, full meal at the end of the day, which is basically gonna have a base of grains, beans, starches, something heavy that I can then doctor up. I can look at Plate Joy, Pinterest for different inspiration, but really I know that either potatoes, pasta, rice, quinoa, split peas, any type of beans. There's so many different type of bean 1-pound bags that you can get for $1 or $2. You're taking a fraction of $1 of each. Maybe you're carb loading on the side, like I am, with some pita bread on the side. Basically a nice big bowl or plate, colorful. You've got a lot to choose from. Think about it if you're using 20% of the rice or the black bean. If you're using 20% of the broccoli, the spinach, the peas. If you are then maybe having some carrots, bell peppers, cucumbers chopped up on the side and dipping those. You're cutting everything up. You can get this to last for a few meals. This can work whether this is a one-person meal, 2 people, 3, 4, 5. You can be spending $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 for that meal. The big bucks are spent for the snacks, the juices, the condiments, oils, basically stuff that is pre-made. So there's plenty of people out there that'll tell you, oh, you can make your own hummus. Those people may also have a $600 blender. So yeah, it might make sense for them. After they've made the 300 batch of hummus, they've saved some money for sure. $2 at Trader Joe's for the hummus is probably not so bad. However, almond milk, if they're asking for $4 or $5 and you're only using half a cup of almonds to make it, that would be something to consider. Juice can be very expensive. One of my guilty pleasures is having Whole Foods 8-ounce juice for $7. I can make something like that at home, not with a juicer, but with either some orange or pineapple juice, a bag of ground ginger, only using a teaspoon out of it, not using the whole bag, some lemon juice, some pre-made tea that's been refrigerated, and I can feel like I have that $7 juice that cost me maybe 40 cents. You know, I really love juice, but it's expensive. I'll make tea and freeze it and use different sweeteners if I need like a sweet drink. I'll get fresh juice, and then I'll be able to mix it with my Magic Mask Royalty, different things, so that I can satisfy my cravings. You have to know where to get your snacks. If you're going to Whole Foods and think that you're going to get a great deal by getting all the tortilla chips and even pretzels there, no. They just don't have the deals. So your local convenience store, they are the ones known for having snacks. They're not known for having the best produce and gourmet meals. They are known for snacks. So it's okay to do your grocery shopping for snacks at a convenience store. And you're looking for things like buy one, get one free, 2 for $5, 2 for $4, maybe even some of those things that they're not going to be selling anymore that's now 90% off. And look at the weekly ads to know if you need snacks, because everybody needs snacks. Otherwise, you're going to just keep binge eating the bagels or whatever carbs that you have in the house. What you don't want to do is have your grocery bill, half of it, $12 on snacks, then half your diet is snacks. So here is how to get your grocery bill low. One is be organized. Know what is already on sale, because if it coincides to what you already need, then obviously cha-ching, you're saving a whole bunch of money there. But knowing how much either per week or per store that you're going to be spending. So I use 2 websites and get them delivered when it comes to produce. One, because I don't like carrying potatoes and heavy stuff home. And 2, I don't have to worry about picking the best ones. I don't have to worry about them being in plastic bags because they are delivered in paper bags. Farmhouse. I picked a whole bunch of produce under $1. And this will last me a good week. You can get free shipping on these different websites when you spend a certain amount. So if you know you're going to spend $35 here and $25 here, then you know, okay, I have $40 left for the bread, the snacks, the juices, or juice substitute. I also use Fetch Rewards. When I take a picture of my receipt, I get points. And then after 1,000 points, I get a $10 Amazon gift card, which I could use with Amazon Fresh or Market. But sometimes I just use it on whatever other stuff. But if I did, then that's another $10 I could use towards my budget of that 25 or whatever I need to spend to get free delivery from Amazon. And when you are thinking about snacks, you think about things that will fill you up and aren't just bad for you. And you can look at the ingredients when you go to the convenience store, and you can see that they are just as bad as some of these other high-end, expensive grocery stores. Pretzels are pretty much going to be the same. Nuts are pretty much going to be the same. Snack with a purpose, not just to be mindlessly eating, because then you'll be mindlessly spending too much money on food. Especially if you buy your snacks at the beginning of the month and then by the first week you don't have any left, then you go get more, and that's kind of how the bills start adding up. I do not do any couponing, but there are extreme couponing, and there's ways where you can get a lot of not so great stuff. Usually the coupons are for a lot of the pre-made things with ingredients that might not be so good to intake. So I don't usually do that, but I will look at what is on sale, knowing what I've run out of, especially when it comes to the condiments. I'm not making my own olive oil. I'm not making my own coconut oil, my own truffle oil, my own sesame seed oil. And I have a lot of oils. That's $10 each. I'm trying to spend $25 in the grocery store. What else am I gonna get? I like food that already has flavor in it, but I'm very aware of when the sales are so that I can stock up and always be making sure my food tastes good, so I'm not binging on snacks after. Anything that you need, you can get it, and you can totally do this. And go ahead and put in the comments, where do you get some of the best stuff so that we can all try to get it. I know we live in different cities, so it can be different prices. There's gonna be different supply chain issues where things go up or down, but Generally, if you're talking about like a website, they have the same prices across the board. I don't think you're going to see a different price on the East Coast than on the West Coast when it comes to Amazon Fresh, but then again, I don't really know. How do you save money on your bill? Go ahead and comment below, and let's talk to Susie Z.
Well, I noticed when looking at my parents' consumer, trade, market, transactional experience, grocery shopping, that they were only looking at the discounts upon arrival, and that didn't seem very effective to me. So I created an algorithm that looked for what we were running out of versus what was on sale in the stores, so that I will compile a chart of where the most money will be spent and where the least money will be spent for the same goods.
Good job, Susie.
Upon further reflection, I also noticed that some of the food was getting eaten way faster than others, especially by my little brother. So I created an algorithm where it would notify us the optimal times when to eat each food before each food would go bad, and also to last us so that we didn't have to ration out all the cheese poppers.
So basically, you just have an alarm going that tells you when to eat?
It's a little more complex than just using a calendar app. Upon further reflection, I realized that if I could just program these things around the house, then I would actually have some snacks left for myself.
Thanks, Susie. Thanks, work from home bodies. Make sure that you're subscribed, that bell is hit so they can get notified for the next video, and we'll see you then. Bye. What else am I gonna get?